I recently saw this video of a politician from either Kenya or Nigeria. I couldn't really find his identity, but nonetheless, what he said was absolutely wild to me as a citizen of the United States. Let me show you what he said right here.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
It's just the sheer passion for me. He's so passionate about defending corruption only if he's involved in it.
I'll defend it.
And if you don't know, corruption in these third world countries, especially in these African countries, is rampant. You know how like in the United States, if you want to be financially successful, kids aspire to be like astronauts, engineers, dentists, doctors, or whatever. Over in these African countries, it is a well-known fact that if you become a politician, if you are elected into office, you basically run on delivering the will of the people. But once you are actually in office, if you engage in any form of corruption, it is an immediate golden ticket to generational wealth for you and your family. People don't aspire to save other people's lives through medicine. They aspire to steal public funds through political corruption. So I did a little bit of digging and I tried to find some popular incidents of corruption in these African countries. And what I uncovered is absolutely crazy. I'm just going to give you a few examples here. In January 2025, 4 individuals were convicted by Kenya's anti-corruption court for a fraudulent procurement scheme that cost the KPC over 550 million Kenya shillings. This converts to about $4 million US dollars. In 2020, during the whole COVID pandemic, 7.8 million US dollars was allocated towards gathering PPE equipment in Kenya. However, according to all available sources, nobody knows where all that money went. None of it went to actually procuring the PPE. All of it went to politically connected individuals. To this day, their prosecutions are still pending. And probably the worst case of corruption, the oil industry in Nigeria. An estimated $400 billion in oil revenue since Nigeria's independence in 1960 has been lost to corruption. This certainly explains why the wealthiest individual from Nigeria is an oil baron. But nonetheless, after hearing all these stories about political corruption in these third world countries, I don't think that people in the United States should feel too comfortable about their government either, because considering the average congressperson's salary is like what, $176,000, and then also considering that the average net worth of people in Congress is above 1.6 million, how are you earning $176,000? For a middle-class family, you can barely live in the suburbs on that salary, let alone less than that. If you're in Congress though, you're living in multi-million-dollar mansions, you're going on paid vacations every other week. Tell me how it's possible. If you really think about it, we aren't too far off from Kenya or Nigeria. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.